Hello everyone. Today we will take up preposition. Yes friends, what is preposition? Preposition is a word which is placed before a noun or a pronoun to show the relationship between the noun or pronoun to some other words in a sentence. The words like on, in, at, these are the examples of prepositions. So preposition may join a noun to another noun. For example, there is a pen in my bag. So this in is joining pen in the bag, it is showing the relationship. Next, it can also join noun to an adjective. They are fond of ice cream. Yes, noun, adjective, this is the adjective over, this is the preposition over here. And it can also join a noun to a verb. She shouted for help. So for is the preposition over here. So preposition may join noun to another noun. It can join noun to an adjective, or it can also join noun to a verb. The same preposition can also be used to show a relationship with time, space, rate, state and direction. और इसके examples आपके लिए कि एक ही preposition can be used for different sentences. I'll come at 6 o'clock. I'm taking the example of the preposition at, and this is showing the time. She is sitting at the window. This is showing the preposition of space. Mangoes sell at rupees 50 per kg. This is talking about the rate. The same preposition can be used in various ways. The cricketers are at a loss. This talks about the state. And the girls rushed at the film star. This shows the preposition of direction. So the same preposition can be used for different states and actions. Let us start with the preposition of time. As you all know, time has two dimensions, the point of time and the period of time. अब start करते हैं at. At is used for the point of time. For example, the train will leave at 5:30. Exact time दिखा रहा है. So at is used for the point of time. He will come back at sunset. Again, a point of time. The thief entered the house at midnight. As you all know, noon or midnight के संग we always use at. So again, this shows the point of time. We had lunch at noon. Ample of examples in preposition for you. Moving on to the second preposition of time, that is on. And on is used for days and dates. Example आपके लिए, my brother will come to Kota on Tuesday. And talking about the day. We celebrate the Independence Day on 15th August. So this is also used to specify the date. Michael goes to church on Sundays. This is the way this preposition is used. Next, in. In is used with names of months, seasons, centuries and years. Example, my friend Jacob was born in July in 1975. तो year के लिए भी use हो रहा है and it is also used for months. Date के लिए क्या use होता है? On. Months के लिए in. Year के लिए in. Himachal Pradesh is very beautiful in winters. Yes, talking about seasons also here used. We are living in the 21st century. Yes, I am talking about century and use this preposition in. Using the preposition in over here. Next, before morning, afternoon and evening, we always use is. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening and so on. Meet me in the evening. We'll have lots of fun. He goes to school in the morning. Next, in is used before a period of time. For example, you have to finish this work in a week. The period of time बता रहा. Yes, period of time has been shown. एक हफ्ते के अंदर काम करना है. So for a period of time we also use in. So they are used in various ways. I shall be back in an hour. Duration. Period of time. Next preposition is after. After is used to indicate following in time or later than. For example, don't go after dark. So it talks about falling in time or later than, उसके बाद में. The doctor came after the death of the patient. This is the way this preposition after is used. Meet me at my office after lunch. So after lunch, by that time. I am leaving for Mumbai the day after tomorrow. So these are some examples with the preposition after. चलते हैं next, before. How to use this preposition? To indicate earlier than, उसके पहले. Example, come back before dark. Yes. Earlier than. The patient had died before the doctor came. Yes. उसके पहले ही मर चुका था, before. Meet me before dinner. Simple example. I went there the day before yesterday. How to use the preposition by? By कैसे use होता है? To indicate the meaning of not later than or as soon as. So by as soon as denote करता है. For example, I shall finish the syllabus by January. So not later than means January के पहले, उससे लेट नहीं होगा. We use by. It will be dark by the time you reach home. तो जब तक तुम पहुंचोगे तब तक अंधेरा हो चुका होगा. That means it goes with as soon as. By 15 January, I shall have finished your course. So, not later than 15 January. Yes, उसके पहले खत्म हो जाएगा. So, by 15th January. They decided to end up the party by midnight. They do not want to make it late. Next, during. To indicate the meaning of throughout the continuance of. This is the way during is used. उस अंतराल में. The sun gives us light during the day. During that period, it gives the light. During my college days, I watched many movies. आप पढ़ाई करना, movies मत देखना, है ना? So during my college days, I watched many movies. What did he do during my absence? उस दौरान. During that whole time, throughout that time. Yes, during is used. James slept during his lessons. तो जब पढ़ाई हो रही थी, वो उस दौरान, throughout that time he was sleeping. The use of for to indicate the extent of time. Example, for का example सभी को होता है. We are leaving for Delhi for a week. So for the extent of time, एक हफ्ते के लिए जा रहे हैं. To indicate the extent of time, we use the preposition for. My uncle is going abroad for a month. Extent of time. To indicate the period of time in the perfect form of tenses. Yes, we have done tenses earlier. Since और for उसमें use होते हैं. Since for point of time, for is used for period of time. For example, they have been playing for 4 hours. So this is the way for is used for period of time. It has been raining for 2 days. The next one, since. Since is used for point of time. Example, I have been teaching in this institute since 2005. She has been staying with her husband in Chennai since their marriage. So this shows the point of time. So since is used for the point of time. They have been practicing very hard since last 2 days. How we use through? To indicate from beginning to the end of time. So now so through can be used in other sense also, but we are talking about time related preposition. अभी हम time related prepositions कर रहे हैं. Through, you can't walk through the day in summers. It is very hot. Yes. Students cannot sit quietly through a boring lesson. क्या बैठ सकते हो boring lesson में? नहीं. Yes. I hope this lesson is interesting. So students cannot sit quietly through a boring lesson. Next preposition is till or until. To indicate up to the time when or not earlier than. This is the way till or until are used. Examples for you. Until his marriage, he spent the time with his friends. तो शादी के पहले तक, up to that time. आफ्टर मैरिज दोस्तों के संग मिलना जुलना कम हो गया. A labor works hard from morning till midnight. The usage of till or until. Next usage of within to indicate in less than time. Yes, how this within is used? Within is used to indicate in less than time. उस समय के अंदर. You should complete your examination papers within the stipulated time. उस समय जो दिया है उस दौरान के पीरियड के अंदर, उस समय के अंदर, इन लेस देन टाइम. तो यू शुड कंप्लीट योर एग्जामिनेशन पेपर्स विद इन द स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम. आई विल कम बैक फ्रॉम मुंबई विद इन अ वीक. तो वीक खत्म होने के पहले मैं आ जाऊंगा. द यूसेज ऑफ विथ. विथ इज यूज्ड टू इंडिकेट एट सेम टाइम एज. एग्जाम्पल, with the approach of the clouds it becomes dark. With the approach of cloud it becomes dark at the same time. So जैसे ही clouds आते हैं अंधेरा छा जाता है, तो with the approach of clouds it becomes dark. We must rise with the sun. You should be early risers. Wake up early in the morning. Use of from. From is used to indicate the starting of a period of time. For example, our examination will start from 10th of March. आपके लिए नहीं है ये. Yes, I'll join office from Monday. तो when the things will start, we use from. Between. Use when two times are mentioned. Between हमेशा time के लिए. Between is always used for two. Example. The director will be arriving any time between 3 and 4 o'clock. तो 3 और 4 बजे के बीच में. तो two times are specified. We use between. Next. First, so now we did preposition of time. Now we'll take up preposition of place or space. The same prepositions can be used in multiple ways. अब हम use करते हैं preposition how they used for place or space. Again start with at. To indicate the place in which somebody or something is or was will be. For example, I shall meet you at the station. In the evening, Sahil was at his brother's house. तो कहाँ था? It is talking about the position, the place. कहाँ था? At his brother's house. The soldiers rushed at the enemy. The airport is at a distance from the city. How in different ways at is used to show the preposition of place or space. The use of in. In is used to indicate position or something in a surrounded place. So जब को enclosed space या place में होता है, then we use in. Examples for you. Kangaroo is found in Australia. The culprits are standing in the corner of the courtroom. In is used to indicate position or something in a surrounded place. तो ये तो position है. This is the surrounded place. Mary has gone in that direction, showing the position. The soldier was wounded in the leg. The usage of the preposition on for time or space. To indicate the position of a thing covering or forming part of a surface that is at rest. Examples, leaves are floating on the water. To indicate the position of a thing covering or forming part of a surface that is at rest. The wedding ring is worn on the ring finger. Yes. The farmers work on the farms. So it shows the position on the surface that is at rest. 2. 2 is used to show the destination. For example, I walk to my office. Go to the railway station and get my tickets to Delhi. Yes, I have used both ways. Go to the railway station and get my ticket to Delhi, to that place. Into. Into is used with verbs of motion. For example, a man jumped into the well. तो जब बाहर से अंदर कहीं जंप मारते हैं in the depth, we don't use in, we use the preposition into. Please remember this. He jumped into the well to fetch water. Now he is in the well. Yes, how the meaning changes. Pour the milk into the jug. So whenever anything is put from outside to something inside, then we use the preposition into. Shows the verbs of motion. Across, to indicate from side to side of, across. There are many bridges across the Ganga. गंगा के ऊपर अलग अलग काफी bridges हैं. Can you ferry me across the river? So from one side to the other side. From one side to other, side to side of, we use across. Next, before, to indicate the meaning of in front of. To space or position के लिए, how do you use? Before, to indicate the meaning of in front of, आगे. Example, the accused was brought before the judge. Judge के समक्ष, judge के सामने, we use before. Next, Jackson is standing before Phillips in the queue for the movie ticket. तो Phillips के आगे खड़ा है Jackson. In front of, to indicate the meaning of directly before. There are some mango trees in front of my uncle's house. So directly एकदम आगे, that is in front of, and before आगे, बीच में और भी हो सकते हैं, but in front of is directly. There is a fountain in front of CAD circle. तो CAD circle के just एकदम आगे एक fountain मिलेगा. So this is the difference between before and in front of. In front of means directly before. This is the difference. Above, to indicate higher than or at a higher point. ऊपर, above. Example, the sun rose above the horizon. The flood water came above our knees. Above the knees. Knees के ऊपर. The kite is flying above the clouds. बादल के ऊपर पतंग उड़ रही है, above, higher than or at a higher point. Over is to indicate a thing covering the surface partly or completely. So when a thing is covering partly the surface, partly या completely, पूरी तरह से उसको cover कर रहा है किसी surface को, या part of the surface is covered, we use over. The waiter spread a tablecloth over the table. Same spread is bed sheet over his face and went to sleep. अपना सिर पे ढक के वो सो गया. The term over bridge, yes, joins partly. Upon, to indicate things in motion. Simple example, the cat jumped upon the table. Cat आई भागते भागते टेबल पे जंप मारा. तो whenever this motion is there, whenever the movement is there, we use upon. Many mountaineers have climbed upon the Mount Everest. Yes. Under, to indicate a position lower than for both persons and things. So lower is used for both persons and things. The cat is under the table. I sat under the tree. काफी धूप थी. I sat under the tree. Underneath, it is used only for things. So how under is used for both person and things? Underneath is used for things only. Remember this. The shoes are kept underneath the table. Between. Between always used for two. So here for with two persons or things. The mother stood between her son and her husband. दो जन के बीच में माँ आकर खड़ी हो गई. An old man divided his property between his two sons. और अगर दो से ज़्यादा होते तो क्या यूज़ करते हैं? Among. Yes. The old man divided his property among his 4 sons. So between is always for two. With 2 or more limits when boundaries are connected. India lies between Pakistan, China, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. तो जब बाउंड्रीज कंसर्न हो गए तो वी कैन से इवन दो मोर देन 2 between can be used. So India lies between Pakistan, China, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, because we are talking about limits when boundaries are concerned. Among, used for more than 2 persons or things. He divided his property among his 4 sons. The village is situated among the hills. Easy example. The teacher distributed the sweets among the students. काफी बच्चे थे, उनमें स्वीट्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करे. Beside, it means by the side of, बगल में. Example, the child is playing beside his mother. The house or his house is beside a hospital. तो उसके बगल में is beside. Besides is in addition to, उसके अलावा. This is besides. And this beside, yes, remember this spelling BESIDE is बगल में and besides is के अलावा, in addition to, उसके अतिरिक्त. Besides his job, he also takes private tuitions. Private काम करने के अलावा अतिरिक्त क्या करता है? He takes private tuitions. He also has a bungalow in Delhi besides a flat in Mumbai. तो दिल्ली में बंगलो के अलावा उसके पास एक मुंबई में फ्लैट भी है. A rich person. Next, preposition for travel and movement. By is used travel by train, car, bus, air and sea. On कहाँ यूज होता है? थोड़ा जल्दी कर लेते हैं इसको. By for train, car, bus. He travel by train, travel by car, travel by bus, travel by air, travel by sea. And on किसके लिए? Travel on foot. Travel on foot क्या हो गया? Travel on foot, scooter, motorcycle, bicycle and horseback. Next is from and to. Travel from starting point to कहाँ use होता है? So from we use for starting point and to you use for the destination. I travel from Delhi to Mumbai. From source Delhi, Mumbai गया, destination. तो starting point, I travel from Delhi to Mumbai. In, arrive in a country, village or town. तो in we use for country, village or town. है ना, याद रखना है. He was born in India. He was born in Kota, in India. We use in. At, arrive at, or to get a specific place, hotel. Yes, we arrived at the Taj Mahal hotel. At, we arrived at his address in Kota. At. बस स्टैंड के लिए, रिवर बैंक एक्सेट्रा वी यूज एट. इन कहाँ यूज होते हैं? इन एंड इनटू. इन टू गेट इन और इनटू अ व्हीकल, दैट इज टू बोर्ड. व्हाट इज बोर्ड? ट्रेन के अंदर या बस के अंदर. व्हेन वी गेट इन, जब बस में या ट्रेन में चढ़ते हैं, वी यूज दिस टर्म टू बोर्ड. वी बोर्ड अ ट्रेन. यस, रिमेंबर दिस, वी बोर्ड अ ट्रेन, वी बोर्ड अ प्लेन, वी बोर्ड अ शिप, वी बोर्ड अ टैक्सी. सो वी यूज टू गेट इन or into. And into कब होगा? When the movement is there. He got into the taxi. Now he is in the taxi. Yes. I hope it is clear. Into and in. Get out of. To get out of a vehicle. That is to alight. Yes. The opposite of board is alight. Board is to enter. Alight is उतरना बोलते हैं. ट्रेन से उतरा. He alighted from the train. To get out of a vehicle, use get on. To get on or onto a horse, a bicycle. He got onto his cycle. He got onto, ऊपर, when the things are moving. Yes. To mount, चढ़ने के लिए we use on or onto. When you go on a height, we use on or onto. Get off, किसके लिए? To dismount, उतरने के लिए. So he got off his horse. He got off his bicycle because he was tired. Get off. So this is the way these pronouns are used. Multiple uses होते हैं pronouns के. Now very quickly take up some uses of the pronouns. Beside and besides, very quickly, beside is by the side of, and besides कहाँ है? In addition to. We built a house beside the factory. I speak English besides Hindi. मुझे अंग्रेजी के अलावा हिंदी भी आती है. Next, since and for. Since used for point of time and for is used for period of time. We have been here since 4 o'clock. We have stayed here for 2 weeks. है ना, हो गया करीब 2 हफ्ते हमको साथ में. We have stayed here for 2 weeks. Next, among and between. Among for more than 2, between for 2 persons or things. They have friendship among themselves, or there was an argument between the 2 girls. Important one, by and with. Many a time it is confusing. So by is used for agent, whereas with is used for instrument. America was discovered by Columbia, agent. I usually write with a ballpoint pen. So whenever you use an instrument, we use with and not by. I write by a pen nahi, I write with a pen. Please remember this. With is used for instrument and by used for agent. In and at is used for small towns and villages. In is used for larger place, countries and towns itself. He was born, see this example, he was born at Kollam. He was born at Kollam in Kerala. Kerala is a bigger place, Kollam उसमें एक छोटी जगह है, तो he was born at Kollam in Kerala. They live in Manchester in England. Manchester also is a big place, hence we use in over here. Yes, so in is used for large places, countries and towns, large towns also, and small towns, छोटे कस्बे के लिए we use at, villages के लिए we use at, and in we use for large places, country, शहरों के लिए, for cities also we use in. On and in. On we use for, we have done this, yes. On we use for days of week and dates, and in we use for the period or the months. She will come on Sunday, on 20th April. We went to Kashmir in summer in 1999. At and by. At we use exact time and by use for the point of time. She went there at 8 p.m. She will be there by tomorrow morning. So at is always used for exact time. In and into. In refers to things or persons in rest, whereas into refers for person or things when in motion. Mallika was in a room. Karina walked into her room. तो मल्लिका अपने कमरे में थी, position of rest. Now Karina walked into, वो बाहर से आई उसके रूम के अंदर, so Karina walked into her room. Yes, walked into, and she was in a room. So how this is used? See the difference? When it the thing or person is at rest, in. Movement away, into. On and upon. On for things or person at rest, and upon is in motion. Mr. Sharma was on the dais, whereas the monkey jumped upon the wall. भगता हुआ आया, कूद पड़ा बंदर. In and within. In after the end or at the end of, and within is before the end of. So in after the end of, within before the end of. Examples. Sam shall type the letters in 2 hours. And Joseph shall complete his work within 3 hours. तो 3 hours के अंदर तक या उसके पहले वो अपना काम खत्म कर देगा. Before and for. Before for point of time, for is for period of time. I shall be back before 7 o'clock. I shall stay here for 3 weeks. So before point of time, for period of time. Next is after and in. After denotes the end of a period in the past, whereas in denotes the end of a period in future. Please remember this, ध्यान रखना इस चीज को. After and in कभी कभी confusion हो जाता है. After denotes the end of a period in the past, whereas in denotes the end of a period in future. She returned from Jaipur after a week. Past की बात कर रहे हैं. She will finish the book in a week. So we are talking about, this is talking about the past and this is talking about the future. एक हफ्ते के अंदर मैं इसको खत्म कर लूंगा in future. And this, she returned from Jaipur after a week somewhere in the past. Under and underneath. Underneath used for things only to indicate a lower position, and under can be used for both persons and things. We have done this earlier. तो हम उसको बस summarize कर रहे हैं जो roles हमने अभी तक किए हैं. The bucket is underneath the table and he has many persons under him. Yes, I am talking about the persons over here, and this is only for non-living things. At and on. At towards the direction, on the top of. Jenny sat at the dining table. It means that she sat with his chair drawn up to the dining table. Never say Jenny sat on the dining table. Dining table पर नहीं बैठते हैं, डाइनिंग टेबल से सट के बैठते हैं डाइनिंग चेयर के ऊपर. तो sat at the dining table. Thomas sat on the dining table. इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? It means that he sat on the top of the dining table. टेबल था, टेबल के ऊपर बैठना, this way, sitting on the top. But this is the table. यहाँ पे बैठ के खाना खाना, this is sat at the dining table. On and over. On denotes actual contact with some object, whereas over does not denote any contact with some object. Put the book on the table. उसके ऊपर रख दो, contact हो जाएगा. The bridge was over the river. The bridge does not have any contact with the river. उसके ऊपर से जाती है. So over where does not have any contact. From and since, easy है. Both are used for the point of time, but since is used only in perfect tense and from is used in any of the tenses. We stayed here since 1990. We shall begin the work from tomorrow. This is how since and from are used. So now we have done ample of prepositions. सब कुछ कर ले preposition में. Preposition is for time, preposition is for space, preposition is for place, and so on. And they have also taken how the prepositions must be used correctly. So very quickly, some practice for this. First, dash the two brothers. Peter is the better painter. Options: in, among, between and on. दो जन है तो क्या होना चाहिए? Between. Yes. So option number C, between, is the correct answer. Next example. They left in evening dash the village. At, for, near, in. They left in evening for their village. B is the correct answer. Next one. Why did she give it dash you? In you, at you, on you, or to you? Yes friends, socho, which is the correct answer? Is it A, B, C or D? Why did she give it to you? D is the correct answer for this statement. Next one. Mary has been living in Hyderabad dash 10 years. Very simple. बताओ क्या होगा? Since होगा सही जवाब. Is it since? No. Is it a point of time or period of time? It is period of time. So Mary has been living in Hyderabad for 10 years. Next, the girl sat down dash the lake. Beside the lake, at the lake, besides the lake or on the lake. On the lake हो नहीं सकता है. Besides the lake उसके अलावा नहीं हो सकता है. Choice between A and B, and the correct answer is the girl sat down beside the lake, उसके बगल में. Some more sentences. Arnav is married dash a famous doctor. Arnav is married dash a famous doctor. Behind, to, from or none of these. Arnav is married to a famous doctor is the correct one. He wrote a preface dash his book. For his book, to his book, on his book or into his book. Preface किताब के लिए लिखा जाता है, तो he wrote a preface for his book. Next, there is always a limit dash friendship. On, in, with or into. Yes, which of these is the correct option? Is it on? Is it in? Is it with or is it into? And the correct answer for this is there is always a limit in friendship. The second last sentence. My friend deals dash cloth. अच्छा example है. My friend deals dash cloth. In cloth, with cloth, over cloth or into cloth. And the correct answer is yes. आपने सही guess किया है. The correct answer is option number A, in. And the last example for this topic. I believe dash him because he is honest. I believe to him, I believe in him, I believe with him, or I believe into him. Yes, which one of these is the correct option? क्या है सही जवाब? The correct answer for this is I believe in him. Yes. So friends, this is all where this important topic preposition is concerned. Practice this and this will help you a lot in your exams. So enjoy learning and see you again very soon with the next video tutorial. Thank you everyone.